we did give up our pocket watch to get the bandit armor set. Alright, so we're just going to go to the labyrinth. I did not go back and get the pocket watch. I may go back and get the pocket watch again. I have to sit through Mudtooth stories again, but you know, and this is true in life. Let's switch over to, you know, if you got an old codger in your life, you see an old timer, maybe let him tell you a few stories, because you never know. They might have killed 6 people with their bare hands in a disco in Newport Richey, Florida in the 70s. You never know what you're going to hear. You might learn something. Be nice to old people. So to the left here is courses. Can't get in there right now. You go to the right, it'll lead you to Yesha. Can't get in there either. If you go straight, and I'll show you this. There's a little pinned sign next to each one of these portals that will give you a clue. Now this one's the only one that's open. So it tells you right there that it's Rhom. You know, in there's not much in the labyrinth here, so it really doesn't require a walkthrough. There's another place you can go in here as well that is part of the DLC. We talked about it a little bit in the last episode when we saw that big, it was like a big monolith that showed up as part of the DLC, where you get the labyrinth armor. But it's not like, you know, Remnant 2, they did a whole thing with enemies, and the labyrinth is really its own thing with bosses, which is, it's kind of odd because Chronos, Before the Ashes, which is the prequel to this game, it's like a little, it was out on VR. It's like Dark Souls for kids. It's actually a really fun game. It had a labyrinth area with its own unique bosses and enemies. They didn't carry any of the enemy design over into Remnant 2, which I thought was kind of odd. I like both of them. Seems like they could have mixed them a little bit.
King, I did not expect you. You are not he. Yet you have opened the gates. A second Nui?
She's obviously expecting someone else. I believe it's Ford, who's been through these areas. I haven't gone much into the lore. There's a lot to it. Let's see here. Let's just get through this.
Of course, his name, no doubt.
You can be a jerk about it if you want.
Go well.
We don't need to do any more of that. But yeah, we're looking for Ford. This dude, we're looking for him. We're in Rhom. Basically, all these other worlds that we're going into, we're getting attacked by the Root. Rhom managed to fight it off using their son, something along those lines. But as you can see, I don't know if you'd call it a victory. Things are in pretty rough shape. There's these little areas like this, and there will be, you know, luckily you can see the blue and purple items from a pretty good distance. I'm gonna try not to get, so that's an elite spellcaster for this area. These are the basic units here. They'll throw spears. They got a, and they have a standard melee attack. There's another version of them that throws a explosive spear. There's a handful of enemies in this area. You'll see some dogs that look like the Very Good Boy. mod that we have. There's that elite spellcaster we just saw. And I can hear him in the background already. A dog. There is a... Clear some of this out. That's the he fires or throws a explosive spear. You'll recognize him because he has like a head wrap on instead of a skull mask. Another one. He just blew himself up. Good for us. And I am not going to bore everyone with fully looting this area. I'm going to keep my eye out for anything special. You can get a lot of scrap in this area. There's a ton of breakables. You'll find that in the Rhom areas, not always the case, but the chests tend to be upstairs on the upper levels. But you can find them downstairs. So I'm going to kind of look around first, see what we got. Where is he? Come on, buddy. There he is. You can break his helmet. Shoot him in the head. He can really put a hurting on you. He has a charge attack that he does. It's kind of where he's just kind of swinging wildly. Important thing to remember by that attack is he's coming at you, and he's got inertia. If you kill him while he's running at you, he's still going to hit you. His hitbox doesn't disappear the second he dies, so you're going to need to dodge it anyway, basically. I'm just looking for any other items. There are some really good items in this area as well. That's going to explode. Alright, let's back up a little bit. It can get pretty crazy in this area. A lot of the Rhom open areas are spread out, so you can get surrounded. Come on. Let's get a second here. I'm gonna check something. Is that spellcaster? He's not. He's just kind of daydreaming over there. He's just chilling. Getting shot in the face. Alright, so we might want to, the next time we get a chance, if you look at this advanced info on the left, at the very bottom you'll see offense and defense. If you got a red chevron there, that means you're under-equipped defensively. If you've got the diamond, that means you're right on par. And if you got a green arrow up, means you're a little overpowered for the area, which is fine by me. But you don't want to be too over leveled. But there is going to come a point in this area. There is a boss that we will run into. Come on, dogs. And I believe it's the King Eslan, the Undying King. And his boss fight, I believe, is fixed at like level 14. So if you try to do it right now, like when we're level 5, it can be pretty challenging. That's the attack I'm talking about. Even though he died during that, Had I not rolled, I still would have taken damage. It'll catch you off guard. Alright. I was going to get into a little bit of explaining the Undying King, but we'll hold off on that. But there is a way you want to handle the Undying King, because he's going to offer you a quest, and it's going to relate to a different area. And depending on what you want from him, you want to make sure that you handle it the right way. Brutal Mark, so that's the purple for the area, so that's good. Brutal Mark increases all damage by 25% to enemies that have less than 50% health, and that's after it's been equipped for 50 or for 60 seconds. There's, you know, if you find it interesting, throw it on, use it. I play this game with a lot of people, and people use very different setups. They use just whatever works for you, whatever complements your playstyle. Trying to see what's over here. I think that other. So we passed a dungeon. Look at the map. We passed one on the left over there. There is, in particular, there's a handful of dungeons in this game. This is good. That are particularly brutal. Two of them are in Rhom, and there's one in the DLC in Rhom that is an absolute nightmare. And I think that's one of them, which is the Shade and Shatter dungeon. It can get really wild in there. Let me explain this real quick. So this monolith, it's got a door. It's locked. There's a crystal in front of it. I just kind of want to scope the area out before we start hitting any dungeons, see what we got. There's an area behind it. Now, let's go over here. See if we can just pass through. Okay. Okay, so this is going to come into play here in just a second. This is the entrance to the Undying King. Now we need an item to stop this, whatever this is. It's like a force field. It's keeping you out of there, one way or the other. Anyway, we'll need to locate an item. Just a second here. All right. So we can take it, pop it in that. There's a little receptacle over there. It'll turn that off. We can get into Undying King, but we're gonna have to get through this area first. So this here, if you look at it, that image that was on the wall is it's the answer to this puzzle, basically. So there's these different symbols. If you step on this, sit up here. Basically, it's those four symbols from left to right, and you want to go in that direction. If you wait too long, some enemies will show up, and if you mess it up, some enemies will show up. I messed it up. Try this again. Sure I don't get attacked while I'm trying to do this. can be a little bit of a pain. Alright, we got it. Yeah, so you just left from right. So you go that direction, you go that direction if that's the next symbol. It's pretty straightforward. Leads to this little room down here. And there's a excellent armor set that you can get right here. And that is the Void armor set. You can just purchase it. I need more Luminite crystal. Let's open this door real quick. Hey Rave, how's it going? We're going to pop back to Ward 13 anyway because we are under leveled at the moment for this area. And we should be able to buy some Luminite crystal. I believe Ace had some. Yeah, the tile puzzle. It definitely gets easier the more you do it, that's for sure. But you get a great armor set out of it. Great armor set for just a flat damage boost that doesn't require any means testing.
Hey, traveler.
It is a bit heavy. What do we got? 4. How many do we have? We got 4. Let's check. I just want to grab it so I don't have to worry about it anymore. It should be. We still got our adventure mode up. She should have. Maybe. Let's just jump back over here for 2 seconds. It's very quick. It's extremely quick jumping from campaign to adventure mode. Let's see if she's. Come on, you got one more. One more. You do not. Alright. Well, that's alright. We're gonna do a couple upgrades. We'll go in, we'll kill an elite, we'll run back over there and grab the legs for that set.
Anything you need?
Let's just. What are we at here? 3. We'll take it up to 5. Missing their iron. We'll take the sniper rifle up to 5 as well. And I need to not forget to use some other weapons.
Hey, traveler.
Maybe.
Till next time.
That's enough. Now we'll jump back over. We'll grab the rest of the iron from the multiverse Ace before we run back over there. Sniper rifle up one more time. But yeah, Rhom is a great area. But like I was saying, there's a couple dungeons in there, particularly Ray's dungeon, which is another boss, and Shade and Shatters. Those dungeons can get super rowdy and out of hand. We bought her. Let's see. Oh, that's right. You can.
Take care then.
I forgot about that system in here. You can craft materials down. We'll get into that later. I'll get in that whole thing right now. Maybe I got enough. If I don't, no big deal. We'll just move on.
Certainly.
I don't think so.
So long.
Alright, let's just get out of here. Level 4 is plenty. Like I said, I believe Rhom is. When you hit Rhom, it's at level 5. So, it'll be fine. Back to Ron, we'll go to the monolith. There's a few things that you want to do in Rhom, and just like with Earth, we're going to do some adventure mode once we pass through the area. You can get one of two world bosses in Rhom. One is Claviger, which is like a big, he looks like a giant alien DJ. And then you can get Harrow, which is one of the more kind of horror themed bosses in the game. And he's a real jerk. That is for sure. I played. We'll likely get Harrow. I played this game online co-op with randos a bunch, and if there's one thing I've learned about the Harrow fight is people often die in that fight in myriad ways. There's a lot of ways to get jacked up by Harrow. He's got a charge attack has just an enormous hitbox on it. Very hard to dodge. The funniest way though is there's on the outer edges of the arena there are these pipes that have it's like radiation just pumping through them, and you can break those pipes. But there's a strange glitch in this game where whatever it is that breaks the pipe, whatever damage it did, if you come in contact with the pipe once it's broken, it will exact that damage unto you. So if the pipe gets broken with Harrow's, biggest attack, and you go near that pipe, it is going to knock the ever-loving piss out of you. So these windows, you gotta hit them just right. So you want to watch out for that. Try not to miss any blues. Really hoping to run into one more league, another Luminite crystal, because I think we're just one short for the leggings for the Void Armor set. I'd like to grab that before we move on. I'll go over that consumable here in just a minute when I know we're not going to get jacked up by a dog or something. I can hear them. Also, an interesting interaction with the dog that I'll try and show. Someone's coming up on me. Stop it. Let's get over here in the open. Draw him out. See if I can get him to do it. Yeah, you see how he jumped at me there? The dogs, they all, the dogs almost always jump at you when they first come up on you. Their hitbox is a little too high, and if you're crouched, it just won't hit you at all. It's pretty interesting. I'm having a hard time believing there ain't one singular elite in this area right now. Just need one. But we're gonna take a peek over there. Should see a blue somewhere. All right, well let's just run over here real quick. I don't want to take up too much time. There's something clomping around. This looks like it might be. Sometimes you'll see, like a blue or purple out here in these little stony areas. Looks like it could be Scourge. Let's pop in here. But we want to see the merchant here. His name's Wood, W-U-D, and we want the Hound Master and Maul boss because I'd like to get the turret mod. It's a pretty cool mod, fun to use. Basically, like, turns you into engineer from Team Fortress. You drop 2 gun turrets, and they do pretty good damage. Did we get the name of the place? The Iron Rift. I'll have to look that up here in a second. There's a couple dungeons that look like this, but just like last time, if we're in it and we haven't done it, we're going to do it. We're going to try and get as much of the content in as we possibly can. We just picked up a glowing rod, which is good. We'll talk about what that is a little bit later. It's a quest item that you can use. There's a chest right here. I'm going to take the time to look up this area when we're just going to go to the end of it anyway. There's one. This may be the area I'm thinking of, but there is an area here where you'll get to the end of it. Where is he? There he is. So this is the elite that is. He's also a boss. Those things explode. Ouch. Where is he? This dungeon layout can get pretty hairy. 2 of them. There's our Illuminite. There's another elite. Going that way. All right, let's take a peek here. Okay, there he is. This is a spellcaster. Stop it. Just stop it. All right. Sometimes something down there, but not on this day. Yeah, it was elite spellcaster. The guy with the he's got like a hornet's nest on his head. There's a boss. Who is a beefed up version of that guy. There he is again. Yeah, he's got that radiation effect coming out of him. He also has a, well, I'll show it in a minute. He also has a huge melee attack where he like Stretch Armstrongs and swings at you. It can hit you from pretty good distance. You want to keep an eye out for that. It's a little bit delayed and annoying. Nothing up here. But yeah, before I was interrupted by chaos. Might be this dungeon. We're about to find out, but there will be like 3 doors and 3 receptacles where you can put glowing rods, and in each one of those receptacles, or behind each door, is an armor piece. Where is he? I hear him. He must be stuck up stairs somewhere. Okay, this is like it's like an automated turret. That thing is driving me nuts, making all that noise. This guy here is very Half-Life. My God, let's get out of here so I don't have to listen to that. Yeah, he's stuck upstairs somewhere. He'll probably pop out when we least expect it. Here, another elite. Let's... Yeah, he's still over there. Alright, let's clear this out a little bit. Like I said, pretty hairy in here at times. There we go, there's a chest. There's a couple different tiles in this tile set that look like this. One of them has kind of a quadrant of rooms. And there's usually at least one chest. We got two here. Worth grabbing them. Well, I've got a second. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on. This is heavy water. It heals and gives resistance to the irradiated status effect. What that does is it basically chops your stamina in half. It is a very annoying. When I first started this series, I was talking about status effects and their the ailment cures, and I was talking about that there was a couple that were particularly nasty, and this is one of them. I'm trying to show his. He got that. It's a pretty. It's got some range on it. Is this? I think. No, there he is. Come on. What else we got here? Great. That's that spellcaster again. He gets a ranged attacks. He can do something similar to the Root Witch, where he'll summon like a radiation explosion, kind of right where you're standing. Okay. Now I'm only going to go for about an hour tonight. I was planning on starting back up tomorrow night, but really wanted to get some more footage. Okay. So this is the boss. Yeah. So it's the it's. So we got right stuff on. It's that elite that was swinging at me there. You know, he's a beefier version of that. This whole arena is going to light up. He's going to do a like a supercharge where he'll kind of lean over. This is after he takes some damage. He's going to become invulnerable, so you can just leave him alone at that point. But all those holes and there's just going to those greenish orbs are going to come out of everywhere and try and put you down. And then there's going to be he got two ads in here. I recommend just not killing them if you can, because you'd rather know where they are. You'd rather keep your distance, keep them together, because if you kill them, they might pop up right behind you. They also, when they die, they explode. They can irradiate you. So we're going to take some preventative measures. But we're just going to get in here. Get a little closer look at him. It's pretty disgusting. Alright. Okay, there's his buddies. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna just try to avoid them. I mean, if they get right up on you, you're gonna have to deal with them. Okay, there he's doing his thing. Now he's done. This is kind of ideal. You want them. Oh, he's doing it again. Come on, man. If you can get them kind of alongside him. Caught up with me there. About got me there. Not the time to miss. He's doing it again. Sometimes he will just spam that move and it's really annoying. You want to keep your eye on your stamina in this fight because you can. It's easy to get irradiated and just not realize it. Killed his buddy, and he's doing it again. He loves it. He loves it. Ow. Let's just kill this guy. Try not to use any more ammo. There we go. And one side of this arena is closed off.
Nuts.
Okay, so go through here. Oh, did I? That's weird. I wonder if that's. I've never noticed that before. You know, we were saying it gets my iframes when I popped Hunter's Mark. Yeah, I'll have to test that. That would be handy. Kind of like jumping off your horse in Elden Ring. I didn't know for quite a while that you got iframes when you did that. When you're mounting or dismounting your horse. That'd be good to know if that is the case. Alright, so now let's we're gonna go back. Gonna peek my head out here, see what I see. Scouring wastes. All right, we're gonna go back and get the other piece of the void armor set, so we can show that. And then we passed a dungeon, so we'll hit that. Huh. Oh, you know what? And I keep forgetting. Thanks for reminding me, Rip. Yeah, the boss was Skullcracker, and that was the modifier. We talked a little bit about that in a previous episode. The boss modifiers in this game, and Skullcracker being a modifier that can knock you down. Basically, it can make attacks that normally wouldn't knock you down. But yeah, there was an attack in that fight that should have caused me some damage, but I was in the middle of popping the Hunter's Mark mod, so that would be new information for me. We're going to pop back over to the monolith here. Go ahead and grab this. Alright. So this is the void armor set. This is what it looks like by default. Very good armor. It's like I said, it's a flat damage boost. So after 5 seconds, gain a boost that increases total damage from all sources. Taking damage transfers the boost from damage to damage reduction for 5 seconds. Standing aim movement speed is increased by 25%. It's a very good armor set. A lot of the armor sets will give you damage boosts based around some strange, like some mechanic that you kind of have to. And this is the alternate skin for it. It kind of gives it a blue glow. But the Void Armor set is great for just like a general damage boost, and it does it does give you some pretty good protection. It's just good defensive armor. Another thing I forgot to show was in the Leto's armor. If you do not have Leto's amulet or like the bright steel ring, when you go to dodge roll, you're just gonna do this. You're just gonna flop. This also does damage. When you hit, you can kill enemies with it. But if you forget that you're doing that, it can get you killed. Alright. What are we at? 48 minutes. Let's run. It'd be faster to go back to the other. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's it. When you're using Leto's armor and you don't have anything to kind of mitigate, let's go to instruments. You don't have anything to mitigate that ultra heavy burden. You're definitely going to want to slide because you can still slide. You can also neutral dodge. It is slower. You kind of stumble back a little bit, but it'll keep you off the ground. Let's go see what this other dungeon is. Try and sneak through here the best we can. I don't want to have to fight everything again if I don't have to. I'm just passing through. We're just gonna. Well, that didn't last long. Times like this, when the crouch aim stamina regen is very handy. Okay. Oh, he almost got me there. Oh, I think I remember this. Hang on a second. What is this? This is the one where you got some blood warts. I believe I remember this. You're gonna just start taking damage, and you're gonna have to make it to the end. We may come back and do this, but I'll see if I can run through here. And yeah, even though you can neutral dodge with Leto's, it's pretty slow. Good lord. Forgot how much range that AoE had on it. Yeah. Alright. Just a second. I want to make sure that I'm not. I haven't done this event in a minute. I want to make sure I'm not messing this up. Alright. I think that's what we'll do. on this. I mean, we may as well make it fun. I did upgrade this after all. We'll leave Flicker Cloak on it. Let's see if we can make it to the end of this. I want to use the Chicago typewriter a little bit. But yeah, you get the Citadel's Curse, and you're just going to take damage through this. You just got to make it to the end. But we do, there's a reward at the end of this. You need a glowing rod to get it, and we picked up a glowing rod in the last area. So let's just go ahead and do it. That's terrible for them. I believe you get the Wastelander flail in here. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna head to the end of it either way. If I can make it. Man, does not do great damage on those guys. Yeah, let me, I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna find out. Oh yeah, you don't need one. That's right. Yeah, I was talking a little bit about the Ikari armor set. The thing with the Ikari armor set, though, you do need the glowing rod for the Ikari armor set, but you need 3 of them to get the full set. All right, that wasn't pretty, but I hate that dungeon. We'll put our stuff back on. We're just gonna leave dungeon here. But you know, it's one more dungeon that we don't have to find in adventure mode, so that's good. Yeah, there may be another glowing rod in here. Let me get back through here. The other thing I wanted to see is if it does the same. If it does, let's leave dungeon. I can't remember. Rave, do you know if once you clear this dungeon, if it still gives you the Citadel's Curse when you go back in? I'm not sure. But, okay, yeah, every time. Well, that's all right. I was just trying to get another hour in. So I'm probably gonna, while we're actually, I'm gonna use the crystal here. Get back over to the other side, on the other side of the hive. We can pause it from there. Yeah, I didn't have as much time tonight to stream, but I wanted to get something. I wanted to get started with Rhom at least. Let's just go back to Ward 13 and we'll go from there. But yeah, Again, we're going to do the same thing we did in Earth. So we're going to do a couple videos for just the general biome, and then we'll come back. Go ahead and upgrade my go ahead and upgrade the sniper rifle while I'm here. Needed one more upgrade on it. Yeah, then we'll do a 2-3 hour adventure mode run through Rhom. We can also go ahead and get the mod. One more on the sniper rifle, and I'll grab this mod. We'll go over this mod, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And then I'll be back on tomorrow night. So beating Scourge gives you the Breath of the Desert mod. This is one of the best just straight damage mods. There's a few of them. This one's Swarm, Unstable Quills. If you're doing a mod damage build, I got to put it on. This is very likely going to be in your arsenal. And it basically just sends off some of the same green orbs you get in the boss fight, but they will hone in on things. They do great damage, and if you're set up for mod damage, they are pretty devastating. They're a lot of fun to use, very easy to use. It's just kind of a plug and play. You just hit the button and you let them do their thing. So we may throw that mod on at some point or another. The only other thing we picked up in there this time was Brutal Mark. So yeah, so I'm going to jump back over to the crystal in the second area. And the Scouring Wastes. I kind of want to see what else we got here, so I'm gonna push in a little bit before I sign off here. There's an item up there. What do we got? Trait book. It's kind of the secondary tile set for Rhom. For the open area, there's the little village tile set that we saw earlier, and then there's this just kind of these basically like decaying skyscrapers. These guys are super annoying. You'll find that you shoot right over their jaw, and it'll just pass through them. We got a big guy over there. Oh, juke me. Let's get this gentleman here. Break his. Just kill him. More Luminite. Okay, let's see what's over here. Another big dude. Actually, I'm gonna check this way first. I think it might be a shorter trip. Sometimes a chest up here, and there is. A little bit of ammo back. Hunter's Mark is very handy in here, and if you didn't start out as the Hunter class, just like the other two mods, you can purchase the mods for the other classes right at the beginning of the game from McCabe. Looks like we got Claviger, maybe? Unless this is another side dungeon and it's Shade and Shatter. Pop in here real quick and check. See what we get. Yeah, so I'm thinking it might be the twins, Shade and Shatter. Yep. Alright. Well, in that case, I'll probably call it here. I don't have really any time left. Okay, yeah. Rave's saying if we do this dungeon, we should get the merchant. So that's good. I definitely want to, in Rhom, get wood and maul and the gun turret mod, things like that. So we'll be going for all that. And if we don't get it here, like I said, we're going to get it in adventure mode. We'll get it one way or the other. But it'd be nice to get some of the bigger stuff out of the way in the first playthrough of the area. But we'll be doing any major boss. There's really 28 bosses in the game that you could consider bosses. Now there's some other events like the Tale of Two Liz's that we did. It's not really a boss fight. It's an event. We're absolutely going to be getting to all the bosses in any major event for sure. Yeah, I wish I had more time tonight, but I didn't want to. I had an hour, so I figure why not play some. So I will be back again tomorrow night for longer. We'll probably do at least a 2-hour stream tomorrow, starting around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, I really appreciate the view. And like and subscribe if you want. And Rave, thanks again so much for stopping by and helping out. It's a huge help. I like the aspect of having more than one brain together on a walkthrough, especially in a game like Remnant. There's just so much content. There's so many little things that and everybody has a different experience playing through the game. So Rave, good to hear from you again. And if you're around tomorrow night, please feel free to stop by. And I will see you next time. Take it easy.